Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Local Lowdown podcast. We are located in South Central Texas. On this podcast, we do a weekly review of all the newspapers in Lavaca County, Texas, and also the Luling Newsboy and Signal located in Luling, Texas. After the reviews, we will have a conversation about different subjects all over the Lone Star State. Some of these things can get quite comical. Thanks for listening. And now, here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for the April 8th and 9th editions of 2026 of the Local Lowdown podcast. And we've been gone for a while, but we're back now. And my co-host Michelle's with me. How are you, Michelle?
Good, we're back and better than ever. You forgot that part.
I don't know about that part, but yeah,
we forgot that part.
We are back. Yeah, sorry folks, we missed a couple because of extenuating circumstances, and we're back now. And so Michelle, what'd you do for Easter? Anything?
No, not much. I went to a fish fry on Friday, and then Saturday didn't do a whole lot, some laundry, and then Sunday I didn't really do anything. I slept a lot over the weekend.
Didn't go hunt Easter eggs or nothing like that? How about your daughter? She's too old to hunt Easter eggs.
Well, there was a teenage adult Easter egg hunt at the fish fry, and she did that.
And then you've had a lot of softball going on and stuff like that?
I had some softball on Monday night, and this weekend I have some volleyball and my daughter's confirmation. And so it's busy times. Spring is not for the weak.
No. And when you have a child, you stay pretty busy. All right, well, you got some papers lined up there that you want to do?
Yeah, are we going to start with Luling, or that'll make you mad? All right. We're going to start with Luling, even though Nicole declined our date offer.
Well, I can't really blame her.
What? She said she had stuff to do. I don't know what kind of stuff. But we'll still give her the first look of papers, and that is the Luling Newsboy in Caldwell County. And she has, of course, some Easter pictures on her front page and talking about generosity and giving back on the top of the page. Great pictures. She also did a article on Artemis. Is that how you say it?
I'm not sure. What exactly is the content of that?
That's about the astronauts that
that
set the record for traveling the farthest.
I guess I just didn't understand your pronunciation.
How do you say it?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
I'm just going by what I hear on the news, and it seems like that's different. But
well, what do they say? Artemis. Maybe that is right.
Yeah.
Artemis.
Well, anyway, that's a very exciting story, and I'm just praying that they get home okay. I think they've got 2 days left before they come back. They're on their way back, but 250,000 miles takes a while.
It takes a little bit
even
of time.
In a rocket ship.
Takes a little bit of time. We did have one obituary in Luling, and that was for Barbara Louise Grantham. Condolences to her family. And the Aggie Muster is coming up. Did I say that right? I don't know.
Well,
the struggle
I'm
is
not going
real.
to respond to that one because me being a Longhorn and all that.
But I mean, do you know how to say the word?
Aggie?
No, muster. Is it mustard?
Oh, I thought it was mustard, like you put on a sandwich.
We're going to leave that alone. And then we always thank the Chamber for their ad. Some sports going on. Luling did well in getting some medals in tennis. Little struggle for baseball. And softball goes 1-1. So they tied. I will say that the Pancake Breakfast fundraiser is in the paper twice. But he did contact me after the paper went to print and said that was like postponed till May. So you may want to check that. It's not happening, which was supposed to be Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And then Nicole did an article on the use of the river and that it is being used a lot. She also attended COPE and talks about that and the resources they offer. And we got some criminals going on. And I will clarify that this criminal named Smith, I checked, and he is not related to her husband.
Oh.
So,
well, that's a good thing.
So there we go.
I guess.
And it is not her husband. Let's make that clear.
All right.
All righty.
Well, where would we be without a few criminals to talk about?
Right. I got a lot of criminals in my paper.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Can we go there next?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, great.
We had a whole lot of, I guess we can call it tragedy when people lose lives. I think you got that on your front page.
Yeah, two lives were lost in a wreck on Highway 77, which is between Hallettsville and Schulenburg.
Right.
And it was a head-on collision, and there was 2 lives lost and 1 sent, which we don't know the status on that person's condition as of today. There was also a traffic stop that led to a drug arrest, and I think the K-9 helped with that one.
Oh, yeah, those K-9s, they come in mighty handy sometimes.
Yeah, and then some criminal cases were put in front of Judge William Old, and some were sentenced to not guilty ruling by reason of insanity.
Yeah. Yeah, he had quite a lengthy write-up. I don't know, I didn't go through it completely, but I did see that insanity rule or whatever it was.
So there's several cases, so read about that. The House Methodist Church celebrates a 175-year anniversary, which is good, and they also have an ad later on about what their celebration is. This little boy is the cutest, and his mom let us know that he cracked all those eggs on his own hit.
Right.
No one else was hurt by the confetti eggs. And then the burn ban, please note that it is in effect. We have not got rain.
Oh, but we're supposed to get it.
But we are supposed to.
It seems like that happens quite often.
But we were supposed to last weekend.
Yeah, and then we're disappointed because we sure need it.
Yes, and Chucky, we're still chatting with Chuck because Henry is still recovering in and out, right? Yeah. So we hope that Henry will be back because I sure miss my Henry. I do.
Oh, yeah.
Do you miss him?
I miss him, yeah, because I have to help out on his work. No, we miss you, little fella.
That's not the only reason.
No.
But Chuck does have a new trivia question. It's named the 3 veterans organizations in Hallettsville. Check that out. Call us if you know the answer. Jimmy Apple also has his Jots for Jim. Now let me just make this clear. I had 3 columnists this week and 3 columnists in my office, and all 3 of them got in my paper.
How about that?
No favoritism this week.
Yeah, either that or you had plenty of extra space.
Either way, they're all in.
Well, that's
we
good.
also have an obituary for Ms. Doylene Georgia Droz. There was a small one last week, but this is the full obituary. So again, condolences to her family. And let me tell you, if you were driving around Hallettsville last week, I hope you were driving with lots of care and recognition to all the things traffic-wise.
Yeah,
because there was a lot of cops.
The Lone Star Task Force was here, and we actually got to witness one right here in front of the newspaper office.
Yeah.
And I stood out there and looked at it for a while, and I can't remember. Oh, yeah, that police officer was from whatever county that Kingsville is in. And
yeah.
I used to know, but I don't right now.
But
that's where he was from.
Clay something or C something. Clyburn.
That's it.
Yes.
It. Yeah.
Winner.
Well, it's a good thing somebody in here's got a good memory.
Yeah, I just usually can only remember stuff I don't really need. So this was a good moment for me.
Yeah, we were going to grab a picture of that. Actually, I went outside to do it, but I didn't really.
He was on his gas break.
Well, yeah, I didn't really want to for that police officer to see what I was doing, because I got to thinking about it later. A lot of those guys go undercover, and they don't want their picture taken. So, but I couldn't take it anyway because where I was at, I was just about getting ready to snap, and our senior reporter, Jimmy J. Apple, pulled up right in front of me. So went the picture.
Wasn't meant to be.
No, he was apologizing. I said, it's not your fault, Jim. But anyway, that was a big deal. They have a list in there of all the arrests they made. What was it, 300 or something
It was
like that?
a lot. So 390, not arrests, but they conducted 396 traffic stops.
Well,
So,
folks, you can rest easy that these police are on the job and looking out for you. I know I saw a few on some forums where people were actually griping about it. And to me, that's just very uninformed people that maybe don't like police officers for some reason or another. But God bless them. I don't know what we would do without them.
Right. And I mean, why would you want to keep people that are breaking the law on the street? I don't know.
I don't understand.
There's that. And how lucky, though, that Jimmy saved that person from having his picture taken. I mean, how unlucky for that person to get stopped in front of a newspaper office.
Yeah, of all places. That sounds like some of my luck.
So.
Yeah, stopped it right in front of a newspaper office with people running around with phone cameras looking for something to take a picture of.
Looking for the news. Well, Chucky did some sports, and you should definitely check that out because there is lots of baseball, softball, and he spent a lot of time last week at golf. So
yes, he did. Little Chucky. I think little Chucky likes golf.
yeah, he likes it too much. I think too much, so you could spend the whole day out there. But we don't mind.
No, he's on the job.
And the cutest little baby was born, so congratulations.
And who is that little baby? What's his?
His name is Trace Turner Winter, and he is born to the parents of Trent and Paige Winters. And I know he is the grandson of Alan and Mary Leopold of Hallettsville. So, congratulations.
Well, you bet. Congratulations to that family. There's nothing like a little baby to get in the family.
It's just so cute. Yeah. And Fiddlers is happening, so Jimmy does a little bit of what's going to be going on there. And next week we'll have our full Fiddlers insert, so you can look up all the things that you should attend.
Is that happening this weekend?
No, it's not till the end of
April.
Yeah, April 24th and 26th through 26th. Always got some classifieds. You should check them out because you may find something. Yeah, I don't know.
You might find something that you didn't know you needed.
And then we got some by Diane Apple talks about a art league presentation that will be going on at Hallett Oak. Artemis, is that right this time? No.
I think that's right.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, anyway, that article by Nicole appears in our paper along with talking about Victor Glover, who is one of the astronauts and a local artist is that the local artist? No, local artist is Moses Adams, and he has a tie to the astronaut Victor Glover that is on Artemis.
Well, that's a neat deal.
Or Artemis. I don't know.
There was also a column there that you kind of...
Oh, there's a column by Murray Montgomery on the Alamos.
Actually,
Hero, Son, Life and Promise and Scandal.
It's an actually something, as much as I've done and read history and Texas history, I had never really thought about this child. William Barrett Travis was the commander of the Alamo, and he had a little son. He was divorced, and he had this little son, and he knew he was going to die. So he left his son with a friend and told him, take care of my little boy. Well, I knew about that story, but I had never really delved into how he was when he grew up. And that's where the scandal part comes in, because he certainly wasn't his father.
Oh.
And he got drummed out of the army and all kind of things. But I had never followed up on that, and I happened to come across it. And so I thought, well, this will make an interesting story. But that's all about that, and I hope you enjoy reading it.
You should read it. Definitely. So in Shiner, there was an egg hunt as well. And it said, I don't know, at 6,000 eggs. And do you know that this egg hunt happened right next door to me, and I had no clue because I was sleeping.
It's up there by the church.
Yeah, by the Methodist church.
Yeah. Well,
But it looks like a great time.
Sounds like they're having a lot of fun.
That's right.
Is that the same little boy that we...
It is. He's just loving life.
Where's he from?
I don't know. Shiner.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to move right on.
That says it all right there. Well, God bless him anyway.
And Clayton attended city council, so read about that. Some of us worked really hard on that city council story, just so you know. We have Fiddler's Frolics, of course. We have OAP Advances. They perform tomorrow in Pflugerville. So best of luck. Or no, you're not supposed to say that. Break 5 legs or something, right?
Yeah.
We have 3 obituaries. We have Estella Ann Hundel, Darlene Yon, and David E. Jones. And I would like to say that Estella Hundel is my aunt. And I did this whole long spiel on her passing last week, sent it to Murray, and
somewhere along the way it got lost. I don't know how.
So I hope Murray listens to it. It was a good rant. Did you listen to it yet?
Hadn't yet, no.
Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of a long rant, but let me clarify it. There's nothing. I loved my aunt, and it's not about her at all, but. It's kind of about life in general.
Oh, so. Well, I was going to say, if you was running something down, it wouldn't have went past the edit anyway.
Right. It wasn't like that, so.
All right. Well, condolences.
Condolences to all 3 of those families. We have the Gaslight Theater's performance coming up. Now, I think some of us from the office are going to go. Are you going to come with us?
I doubt it, but...
I'll imagine that.
Y'all have gone, several times?
Yeah, we're trying to make it like every performance. We enjoy doing that, so...
Well, it seems like that might be a ladies' night.
Yeah, well, Albert went one time.
Oh, did Albert go?
Yeah, it was fun.
Albert might have went like as a critic.
Yeah.
Did they have food?
Yeah.
I'll leave that right there.
But we had a great time, and I think some other man went the other time, but it is mainly women. But
and what's this one about?
It's The Odd Couple.
All right.
I don't really know, but it says it's the female version, so maybe it is just for... No, I don't know. But it is one of the plays that I saw not too long ago at the theater. Was one of the one-act plays I saw when I went watch One Act. So that was kind of fun to see it again. Fall Risk Class. I know some people that should probably be taking that.
Yeah.
And McKenna Patterson is doing a great job. You've probably seen her in our paper a couple times, maybe more. But she is doing well. She got first in ice skating. And, it takes a lot because ice skating rings aren't just in your backyard. Kind of thing. So, congrats to her. Mark Luby. Mark Luby has some sports going.
Got quite a bit of sports, don't he?
Yeah, he's working hard and living the dream. So, read all about that and what's going on.
Now, they're having these track meets. How much longer does track go?
They're at the district one this week or the regional one. So
I think it's
3 more weeks, maybe.
Yeah, because I see a lot of things pop up in my feed, like Cuero and Gonzalez. They're into those playoffs, I think, or whatever you call them. I don't know if you call them playoffs or not, but there's a lot of kids involved with that. And a lot of kids from right here in Hallettsville and Moulton, our whole area. That's a good thing. Kiddos need something to do.
Right.
What's the matter? Are you getting a message over there?
No, well, yes, I am. But I was reading about these funeral notices because I do kind of remember when they used to have them, and I didn't realize that the paper was who did them.
Yeah, and not only that, used to, if you went in the hospital in a local town, your name was in the paper. And I think, they just did it. The hospital would release that information and the paper would print it. Well, I think it got to a point one time where some of those people in the hospital didn't want their name in the paper.
Understandable.
So I don't know that any paper does that anymore.
Yeah, I think in HIPAA, that whole law that you can't really talk about people's medical stuff. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of consent form that people could do, but...
Yeah, well, things have changed a bunch over the years. You know, back in the day, these old newspapers that I researched from back in the 1880s and 1870s, those editors, they got on the opinion page and they just wrote whatever the heck they wanted to write. And they might just be blasting somebody in town that they didn't like. Right. So that kind of stuff doesn't happen anymore. But the funeral notices, yeah, I remember those.
And I'm reading this now even more, and it says something about Doug said... So Doug Kubitschek's dad used to own a grocery store in Shiner, Wellhausen. And Doug said, wouldn't it be a hoot if Ms. Gus Hasselback entered the grocery store and we could dial her name into the funeral form on the counter while she was shopping. Then when when she checked out via Bessie Sontag or Joy Spiels or Lorene Honiak or Mildred Ziegel's cash register, and she looks over and sees her name on the funeral notice, I bet she would freak out. So they want to change. And Mildred Ziegel is my aunt, so imagine that. I kind of forgot she worked there, so that's pretty fun.
You know, it's when I was researching for things for my column.
Yeah.
When I still worked at the Gonzales paper, you could find so much about a person in his obituary or hers than you would ever see a write-up in the paper about them. But that obituary would contain everything. I mean, not like today, but they would go back and reach in whatever they did or anything. And it really is a good source for historians when they're looking for information.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to be shopping and find out my name was
that would be a little shocking.
Death notice.
That's kind of funny. That's all I can say about that. If you have a senior in any of our towns, Luling, Hallettsville, Shiner, Yoakum, Moulton, I forgot one, didn't I? Hallettsville, I don't know. Anyway, any of our papers, if you have a senior that's graduating this year, we will be doing a special senior section. You can contact any of the papers to get an ad in congratulating your senior. Remember, it's a big time in their life.
You do that in May?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that's something to look forward to.
Now, when I was, say, running out of content for my paper this week, I was asking Clayton for help. Because, you know, he is a writer, imagine that. And he kept trying to give me this fire story from Moulton. And I kept telling him, well, was anyone from Hallettsville involved? No. So what is it about?
Well, I'll tell you about it. It popped up in my feed. And so when we got to work Monday, I told Clayton, I said, that's a story for Moulton. And I said, you need to contact the fire chief over there and write a story about it, which he did, and it got on the front page. But what it was, it happened between Moulton and Shiner on, 95? And when I first saw it, the fire chief told Clayton that it was a trailer house. And I looked at these pictures. They were on a group over there in Moulton. And I looked at these pictures, and I don't see a trailer house.
Okay,
and he said, that's what they told me. That's what they told me. So Ani happened to be passing by. And I said, Ani, let's look at this and see if you think this is a trailer house. Because I said, it looks like an ordinary old hay storage or pole barn to me. So Ani looked at it, and she recognized right away it was a building that was built to cover a trailer. And then I got to looking a little harder, and it was a fifth wheel camping trailer, and that's the end of it right there.
Oh, no.
They said that I believe it was a mouse or something chewed the wires and started the fire. And the guy barely got out of there. I think he had his cat with him. And anyway, thank God they got out all right. Because that trailer, evidently it went up quick because as we have in our headline there were 20 firemen that responded to it, and they couldn't save it. It was too late. But anyway.
Wow, yeah, it's all gone.
Thank goodness those people did get out, and I hope they had insurance on their trailer.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I told Clayton he needed to cover that, and God bless him, he jumped right on it.
Jumped on it.
Yeah.
And he was trying to give it to me. And I will say, Murray mentioned that it was 20 firemen, and last night Yoakum had a fire that I'm sure will be, Nadine was out there, so I'm sure it'll be in next week's paper. But she said that 18 firemen responded. And just a reminder, we live in small towns. And these 20 and 18, those numbers are big because they're volunteers.
Yes, it is. And, you know, I put that, I don't know if that's the same story that I put on Yoakum because it came across my feed. And when I get anything that has anything to do with our local towns, I immediately go to that paper and put it on their Facebook pages. And I think I put that on there, but I'm not real sure. But anyway, it will be in the paper next week.
Right.
And we have
thank you very much to the fire department.
You betcha. And we have that story about the fatality out here on Highway 77 North. And then Clayton wrote a story about the Bolton Police Department. They're going to get a new building. And Clayton went out and took a picture of the vacant lot where it's going to be. So good for him. We got that all covered.
Good job, Clayton.
And then basically we've got a ton of school reports on attendance and honor rolls and all that. And we get that every month or so. We get it in there.
Probably every 6 weeks, Mary.
Yeah.
That's usually what schools do.
Yeah. Well, it's been a long time since I've been in school. And I wasn't always on the honor roll.
But we do thank them for sending it.
You betcha.
These kids work hard. And some of these got honorable mention and perfect attendance, it looks like. Yeah. Perfect attendance is not easy.
It seemed like the perfect attendance tends to be more in the lower grades.
Yeah, imagine that.
And we had one obituary. What was that kid's name?
David Edward Jones.
Yeah. God bless him and God bless his family. Condolences to them.
And then the Gonzales Master Gardeners are having a lunch and learn about growing lavender.
And the citywide garage sale.
Oh, yes. That is this weekend. So there's definitely something there.
Something to see.
Yeah, you would know you needed till you needed it.
Yeah.
Murray also has in the Moulton paper the sheriff's report. I think most of our papers, if not all of them, had it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just got this morning, I received the Fayette County Sheriff's report, and it went immediately to the Moulton Facebook page, so it's on there right now. If any of you folks that are interested in that. What we do in Moulton, and I think Michelle might do it too, we if we don't have room for stories, rather than leave them out, I'll immediately put them on the Facebook page, Moulton Facebook page. So that might be a good reason for you to go follow it because you'll get it immediately. And
yes.
Our bosses, last time they were here, and I was able to visit with one of them, they were all for that. They wanted to get the news out immediately because we are a weekly paper. And so
things do happen within those
exactly
7 days.
So, unfortunately, when you're a weekly paper, some of your news is old by the time it hits print. So we try to get it on those. So I encourage everybody to go follow all our newspaper Facebook pages. We all have one. Luling has one too, I'm sure.
Correct.
So anyway, I think that'll pretty well wrap it up, except for my kiddos that I put on the back page.
Yeah, how cute are they? And their egg got moved, right, because of the rain. But.
Yeah, they were fixing to have it, and they said, well, it's going to rain, so they moved them indoors. But
and then bye-bye rain.
Yeah. Even so, a little rain wouldn't have stopped them kids. They were going to get those eggs.
All right, and then we have the Yoakum paper. And we want to thank Dollar General for their sale inserts in all of our local Lavaca County papers.
Speaking of Dollar General, rather than give them a plug, which we will because they advertise with us, I saw a meme on Facebook of a picture from the moon, and there was a Dollar General on it.
That probably makes sense because they are pretty much everywhere. There was some antique cars that would excite you in Yoakum at the city park. I don't know what they were doing there.
Well,
Model A car club. So what year around is the Model A?
I'd say around 1917, 18, 19.
That's a long time.
Actually, Farrah here has a local barbershop. They're in that club, I believe, and I believe that her husband has one.
Oh, wow.
And but speaking of that, even though I didn't catch it in Shiner, it was there though. Their car show is coming up this weekend, I believe.
Oh.
Now you can double check me on that, but I normally, up to a point, I used to go to that every year, and the last couple I've missed. But if you're into cars and car shows, I'll say right now, and I've been to a bunch of them in this county, and they're all good. But I swear I believe Shiner is the very best.
So it's next weekend. So
okay.
Just to make sure on the date, Saturday. The car show starts Saturday, April 18th from 8 to 12 with judging at 12.
And that's during that Fireman's Barbecue.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd encourage you to go to that. It's a good one. And it seems like every time I've been there, and I've been there many times, it never rained, but that wind would be blowing like.
Yeah, that park, there's always more wind out there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something to look forward to, and we'll have one in, I believe, September when we have our event over here.
Is there one with the Fiddler's Frolics too?
No, I don't believe, no.
There is a barbecue cook-off though.
Yeah.
There's a planned power outage that's going to happen in Yoakum, so that's probably important to know, read, because you don't want to be without electricity. They also had some egg hunts. What else do we got going on
It
here?
was all about Easter this time,
All
that's for
about
sure.
Easter. Including a coloring contest, so go ahead and get those kiddos coloring. You could win.
Well, I looked back and I was going to put it in the paper and I forgot about it. That coloring contest for Moulton.
Uh-huh.
I saw in the last paper that I put it in there that the deadline was the 17th of this month.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So turn them in. We've gotten some in, and it's very exciting for us to see. We like to be judgy. It's one of our favorite things to do.
What, if you can remember offhand, which paper would you say that you've got the most so far?
I would say Hallettsville.
Yeah, probably correct.
But I don't know about Shiner because I haven't heard from Janet. But the ones in our office, it's definitely Hallettsville.
So they go to each individual office, or
Yes.
they come here?
Well, we get Hallettsville, Moulton, Luling.
Oh, okay. So Janet and Mark Luby will be able to judge it?
I guess so. You think Janet lets Mark judge it? I don't think so. I think Janet does that on her own. Yoakum has, of course, some track going on, and their Winter Guard also looks like they won some awards, so great for them. And the academic award results are in, so that's in this week's Yoakum paper. You want to check that out. Sweet Home makes a strides in their recent bond project, so they're moving ahead. You want to check that out. Talking about Moulton Citywide Garage Sale. Definitely take a look at that. And on the back, you said it's all about Easter. So you had the Easter performance. And April is the month of the military child. And so, we live in a world now where these months have a lot of things they honor.
Yeah.
But the military child is a different lifestyle. Growing up in it, I did not. But I know that a lot of kids do. And it comes with its own great things and its own stresses and all of that. So, but they definitely make sacrifices for us, so their parents can help serve our country. That's it, Murray. Oh wait, do we have one more paper? Oh no, we did this.
No, I think you got it all.
We did it. We're amazing.
He's talking about the military families and all that. We've got a lot of military things coming up next month.
Yes.
A lot of veterans, and Warriors weekend down in Port Lacava, which I attended from 2008 to 2014. And those are all good events, great events. I think that they had a deal at the ball game, didn't they?
Yes, this past
Aliceville.
weekend. I mean, this past week. Let me think.
Yeah, it was
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
They had a veterans dinner, and then the baseball players. I think it was just baseball, but that honored veterans. So.
Well, that's something that everybody needs to get involved with. I can say from going to the Warriors weekend in Port Lacava, what a great organization that is. I'm not going to say was, because they're still doing it. But when I first started going in 2008, was in the middle of like the Iraq War and all that crap going on. And I swear to God, I'd interview some of those kids, and I'd ask them, what are your plans, or what do you want to do now? And every dang one of them said, I want to return to my unit. Oh, and they might be missing an arm or a leg when they said that. So that's the kind of young people we have serving in our military. And Warriors Weekend is just one of many. But down there then, they did everything for those kids. They took them fishing. They put them up in hotels. And thank God for all the people that donated, because that cost a lot of money. But I can remember what they did was they would bring them in on buses from all the forts and hospitals around the country. And you'd see these big buses would pull in, and they'd have placards on the windshield of where they were from. Like they might be Fort Hood or Fort Ord out in California, or Fort Sill in Oklahoma. And at one point, at its highest point, after they got there to I believe that's the chamber office, took them on those buses. They would come on down to the fisherman's wharf where they would go out to fish. And at one time, at the height of those wars, there would be so many buses they couldn't park them all. And the last year I was there was 13 Greyhound buses. They took up there was no other place to park. They finally had to get where they would bring them all to the chamber and then shuffle them down there a little bit at a time. But it's so great now that you don't see all that because of the wars going away, and I thank our president that we have now for looking for peace. But I would see kids. I think one of the worst ones I saw was a kid that didn't have any legs, and he would one of the other soldiers would back up to that bus and he'd just jump on him. That's something you all need to experience. I think one of the most disheartening things I ever saw in my life was here a while back. I saw on the news that they had done a poll asking young people if their country went to war, would they serve? And 71% said no. 71%. And in your military right now, of the entire population of the country, you know how many serve? 1%.
Wow.
And they're all volunteers, every one of them. So anyway, that's my rant on that. But
good thing his got to get on.
But yeah, it's well, it hadn't got on yet.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
It'll get on.
But anyway, what have you got anything you want to say?
No, I don't know.
Nothing at all?
No, I think I'm good.
How about that? 40 minutes.
I'm kind of tired today, Murray.
Yeah. 40 minutes is about the time length I like to shoot for.
Well, look at us. We're just rocking and rolling.
So go ahead and you want me to say my goodbyes first, or you want to do it?
Well, how do we normally do it? I say it first.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And I do hope we get some rain this time, because last weekend we waited for it and it didn't really come. But it's cooler outside, so enjoy that coolness. And whatever you do, have a good time. Go garage selling in Moulton if you have a chance, and stay safe.
Yeah, go out and see the kids that are playing. I guess they're still playing ball.
They are.
Track and all that. But are you done?
I'm done, I guess. Thanks for asking.
Folks, I'll say my goodbyes, and I just want to thank all of you for putting up with us and waiting for us when we don't get them out. We'll have them out this week, and hopefully from now on. But I want to just say, God bless our troops. God bless our police, first responders, EMS, and God bless our country. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. We miss you, Henry.